show you. Don't think I can't hear you. Yeah, let's do this. You want a piece of me? Oh, hell no! Your ass is going down. When I find you, I'm gonna make you leave. Shit, man!
I surrender. I got a message that you mowed down most of our guys out there.
Wise choice. That's a self.
Yeah, man.
The terms of your unconditional.
Fine.
Hold on. I've got.
You're gonna need a bit.
Is that... Are you...
Last natal, I presume.
in the flesh? Welcome back, Quater. I'm afraid your house is not what...
I'm not here to revisit my ostensible childhood home, or watch
I see. So,
I didn't have a choice. I came here from Germany, and instead of going to Liberty...
it will... Here, take this nano key. It opens the black hatch in the latest vest room, which in turn...
Wait, where did you keep that nano key while you... I guess that works. I've just been to my old room. Or that is...
I'm sorry you had to...
Turns out I was never the real Wesley Cutter to begin with. It's weird. Though, many of the things start to make sense now. How I got all those years messed up. All this time. I had never actually put much thought into...
I was recruited by MJ12 into one of the various nano-augmentation projects over 10 years ago. It's a really shady business.
Number one?
Wow, uncanny. Yeah, that's what we had to call him. He was the one who gave me the task of finding a suitable test body for his nano-augmentation.
Referring to everyone's expect...
Quite possibly. They had other projects going on at the same time, some even dating back to the 2020s. They've probably been terminated by now.
And all the requirements were there in one nifty package?
Officer Cutter was certainly a remarkable person. This was the personality and physical health were concerned. I really came to admire his qualities. We couldn't use his body though, so we had to grow a new one. You. From scratch. You know, test tube, insemination, womb with a view, things like that. And just getting to the first steps took nearly a decade of research. About a year and a half ago, I had a conversation with number one. Didn't expect anything overtly special, but at the end, he started, your gestation process finished at one of MJ12's top secret labs, where I was never granted clearance, judging from what I'd read about your...
Really? So all this time I haven't even been a real adult human being?
Well, technically, you are one of those things. We wouldn't be having this conversation if you weren't real. Your growth into adulthood was accelerated, but all things considered, it seems to have worked out just as planned. And for
Sounds like a case of semantics to me. So,
more or less, it felt like a very sweet deal. Now, when the gang members came in about half a year ago and locked...
it's interesting how perfectly ordinary run-of-the-mill events suddenly have to have a near-mythical conspiracy club's hand hovering above them. Maybe MJ-12 is solely at fault when you consider how all the cops are corrupt.
Ingram.
So there you were at the NYPD morgue, picking out bodies for your human guinea pig projects. In the following 10 years, you must have had little meetings from time to time, wondering if he came to UNATCO from the CIA or the FBI, or outer space? You put in all of those details.
Well, I guess.
I've heard quite a lot of doublespeak in my rather short life. Yet it would still remain correct if I had been Wesley Cutter for 36 years now. I think it's amazing how both Exva and MJ-12 have put up such magnificent ruses on me. Illusions of free choice and aid. The foundation of my existence is based on opportunism and pretentious old men playing at running the world. Billions of dollars have been used to create a guy who can flip a light switch with his head, but who still at times somehow manages to momentarily see what's behind solid walls due to glitches in whatever neurological vision construct you came up with.
A cinder block under a lip.
Nifty.
Agent Ingram, I understand the dilemma you've been forced to face all of a sudden. But keep in mind, and there are other advantages. Both MJ-12 and Exva are afraid of what you can do against them. Did you know that MJ-12 possesses the mean?
What? Are you saying that for some logic-defying reason they have...
It was created as a safety mechanism. For them, of course. But who knows what the exact circumstances are. But I've got to admit, I really am surprised why they haven't activated your kill switch yet.
Whatever the circumstances are, it's clear that both MJ-12 and Exva are planning to abuse nanotechnological advances for sinister goals.
On behalf of the Illuminati, I'm pleased to hear that you've realised the potential you have in bringing down MJ-12 and Exva. We'll certainly make tremendous progress once we meet.
Watch yourself. A heavily armed guy just entered the estate.
Well, looks like the reports are accurate.
From a face like that?
Well, now, I'm not one to amuse dead people with needless blabbering, so I'm gonna spell...
They all...
Not impressed. So long, Agent Ingram.
Stand by.
Target eliminated.
Navash, I'll be waiting here. Navash,
I've
wait.
to-
Where
I've
it's and
what?
it's
On the behalf of the Illuminati, I'm pleased to hear that you've realized the potential you have in bringing down MJ-12 and Exfer. We'll certainly make tremendous progress once we meet.
Watch yourself. A heavily armed guy just entered the estate.
You ready to go?
Let's go.
Up on. And
I have.
Go down the ladder to the elevator and the adjoining room will take you to level 1. Mr. Stafford's office.
Thanks for.
Mr. Stafford is waiting for you. Pleasure to meet you, Agent. I do.
Yeah, he is hoping we can.
Yes. Mr. Stafford is involved in many different projects with the goal of common good.
Interesting. I think
It is not surprising that
an interesting experience.
Are you insinuating?
Just an observation. Sure, I didn't.
I believe Mr. Stafford is waiting.
Kenneth, what is the frequency? I try to discover a little something to make me sweeter.
A pleasure to meet you, Agent Ingram.
It's like my
I guess you've heard that for most of your life. But you don't have to work for UNATCO to use that title. You've certainly...
So with the Illuminati in power,
There's a key difference in the way we treat our partners. The most effective partnerships come from mutual necessity.
And the Illuminati and people being manipulated by the arms of secret organizations form an effective partnership?
Admittedly, we certainly have made several mistakes in the past, such as paving the way for the creation of entities like MJ-12 and EXFA. We have put a lot of thought into this during our exile. I've been in contact with Morgan Everett, the leader of the Illuminati, and it appears we are facing a real crisis from two fronts.
Everett?
Even then it would not be a unique concept to MJ...
Do continue.
Thank you. The extent of MJ-12's nano-augmentation project goes far beyond the concept of employing superhuman-like agents in trench coats all over the world. The technology...
Obviously involving...
I'm talking about extermination agent. MJ-12 is planning to use their nanotechnological advantage.
What would an organization holding most of the world under its control?
In desperation, people resort to aggressive methods to gain what they want. When violence has been exhausted, the desperation ascends...
Possibly. But at any rate...
And so is EXFA. You see, through their traditional industrial espionage, they've realized exactly the same things as MJ-12 has. Former MJ-12 scientists have formed their own groups in the US, but some have outright defected to EXFA. And with their contribution to EXFA's extant research, now...
From what I've understood, EXFA is not anywhere near MJ...
Exactly. However, what EXFA lacks in global influence, it makes up for with their missile technology. Don't forget that the company spawned from the Soviet military. Recent conflicts have seriously damaged the power the US used to wield in the world, effectively bringing down its superpower status. All the while,
EXFA might possess accurate and devastating missiles, but I doubt that other nations...
Which is where the nanovirus comes in. Missiles might be intercepted and their capacity at wreaking havoc would then decrease, but effectively, built nano-agents would spread fast and indiscriminately even then. EXFA being on its way to possess the capability to launch these infused warheads.
Gee, thanks for stealing up.
Precisely. But all things considered, the situation is still not that simple. If not before, MJ-12 must now be aware of all EXFA's missile silos in Far Eastern Russia, and reports have come in from our agents that they have increased their surveillance over the area. After investigating hundreds of old Illuminati
elaborate bases in the Arctic Ocean.
EXFA was created in the 1960s as a military R&D group within the Soviet Ministry of Defense. When the turmoil of reforms started in the mid-1980s, Alexei's grandfather, Gennady Novikov, took advantage of the situation and essentially...
So EXFA separated from the
More or less. After the Illuminati was driven out of the country, it entered a state of uncertainty from which only EXFA has majorly succeeded in breaking out. They concentrated on assuming control over the Pacific coast while destroying as much info on their assets as they could.
Leading them into possessing the means to really screw the world with...
Indeed. Thus far, the only real evidence that the station is still operational is an enigmatic shortwave radio station broadcasting a signal to EXFA agents all over the world. The signal is a modified version of the ones we used in the 1990s.
MJ-12 has forgotten that the...
Major hubs like Area 51 and Mount Weather are under MJ-12's control now. As their takeover became clear, savvy Illuminati agents...
It seems like they really need to get their act...
I have investigated tons of data gathered from old Illuminati hubs, but none of them have brought...
Another mission, eh?
Afraid so. Our next target is a defunct hub that's located underneath the White House. It was built as a backup hub even from the beginning and was shut down in the early 2000s during various renovations. We have done our best.
So the people who control the US government can't even look into their own basement?
We can only throw around guesses why MJ-12 hasn't acted before. Illuminati agents have succeeded in eliminating certain Illuminati decryption keys from MJ-12's databases. What they would have used in a US East Coast hub in the 1990s is mostly out of MJ-12's reach.
Why would they encrypt their own files so that people in their own organized...
Delving into the history of power struggles within the Illuminati...
So what now? You're sending me to DC and...
Precisely. You'll once again be paired with Agent Lanazavich. It's Alexia!
Nice to see you again, Ann.
So, you managed to get past NORAD and strike us, I'll have you know that this station has been reinforced again.
Yes, I'm aware of all the structural wonders of your fortress. I see you've made yet another friend, Agent Ingram.
So you fired a missile or something on the top of the fortress, expecting to get me right before
I was hoping that we'd hit you in that annoying pilot of yours. Funny how you agent types really cling to them. But I'm more...
You should realize that your missile...
I see you've already met a friend of mine, Anthony. We've created a nanotech virus based on MJ12's concept.
Shit.
And yet you aren't showing any symptoms. Well, I must thank you for proving my remaining dissuading scientists that you indeed seem to be immune to the virus. But I can assure you...
Ran out of poisonous gas?
You should make your few minutes left in this world comfortable, Anthony. Once we've taken care of MJ12 and whatever creeps the Illuminati...
You might as well get ready for a comic backlash, Alexia. We're going to move on to MJ12, right after...
How? You're...
Take you a lot of guts to believe that MJ12 is not going to retaliate anytime soon.
It would take them all firepower in the world to find my station. And even if they did that...
I really wish...
Hard done from your part, Agent Ingram. But you must not forget your mission. Access my computer with the login Ace Stafford and password Evolve or Die. You can download the decryption tool I made for the Illuminati documents. Give it to Lana when you get the chance. It shouldn't take too long for her to figure out how to use it.
Thanks.
Even if there won't be tomorrow. This station will be under a full lockdown for...
And how are you going...
I've always taken the extra mile to ensure that I'm going to die on my own terms. I will self-detonate in the loss of a specific sensor inside me.
I've heard that's nice.
You may want to take a few steps back.
I appreciate...
Bastards! Oh man, we'll never be able to see our win. But we'll make sure it'll happen. I tried accessing the fortress's network, but apparently X conducted a simultaneous cyber attack. The security consoles might not be of much help either, but you should keep an eye out for haywire security systems. I'll land on the beach outpost and get there as soon as we can.
Tongue man, answer me these. Be careful. If you get it wrong, you get blasted. I haven't asked you a question yet.
Also, Franklin Roosevelt.
Oh no! You do not comprehend that your ignorance will cause me to explode now? Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer.
I don't see any damage to the outpost's electricity grid, but you still gotta find a way to open the door to access the helipad.
Ready to go?
I think we're done here.
I appreciate it. Back when I was studying in Paris, Anthony was the one that recruited.
Gassy people.
Oh?
I'll tell you more in the chat.
Stafford's contact told me to drop you off right here. It's a park dedicated to the victims of the last Civil War. He's waiting for you now, my dear.
The name's Matt Ingram. You work.
Didn't the suit tip you off? The name's Larry Fay. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Why did you arrange him?
It's not like we want them to catch us straight away. This park is the most useful for this operation, as it has an underground net. I assume you meant to say, more convenient for me? Due to the war and several other incidents, the underground tunnel was built during the reconstruction.
I see.
You better. I have prepared a map of the security features in the area. We're a bit lucky that President Meade has been summoned to top-secret meetings with NORAD and the Pentagon due to the missile attack at British Columbia. The security at the White House is a bit lax tonight.
Sounds a bit
Well, no one asked for your opinion. It's in...
Really?
Did I stutter? I've made sure that you can use the maglev for your mission, but otherwise you better prepare for a firefight, unless you've got other ways to do your thing.